this year, my 52nd birthday, I found myself on the Sharpe Trail in Taroko Gorge. As I rounded the first corner on the trail, there's a girl standing there. She looked up at me, and she just started screaming and running towards me, and I was like, what? What did I do? And as she gets closer and closer to me, I can hear what she's saying in Chinese. Butterflies, butterflies. She's scared of butterflies. Well, I realized it wasn't me at least. It was only the butterflies. I carried on along the trail, and at the 2.6 kilometer mark, I saw these beautiful stone walls. And standing next to the walls was this old man with a stone in his hand. And I asked him in Chinese, "Did you build this wall?" And he said, "Yes." And up on the terraced hill above those stone walls was an outdoor coffee shop. And I asked him, "There's a coffee shop yours?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "On my way back, I'll come and have a cup of coffee." And that's how I found myself an hour and a half later, sitting at this beautiful coffee shop outside in Taroko Gorge, just enjoying the view. The old man saw me sitting there and he came up and sat next to me, and we started talking. He told me that he comes from the Taroko tribe. His name, Shimeon. His wife, from the Ame tribe. And he told me that he was retired. But before that, he had worked for 30 years in Taiwan as a big truck. And when I say big truck, I don't mean the blue trucks, I mean the 18-wheelers. As a big truck driver in Taiwan. He had 3 sons. 2 of them were selling fruit in Taiwan. 1 of them was helping his wife run the coffee shop. I asked him about the walls, and he said no, he had built those walls by his hand. They'd taken him 4 years. 4 years to build those walls. And he said when he retired from being a truck driver, all he wanted to do was come back to Taroko Gorge, buy some land, and open a coffee shop, which is what he did. And then he asked me, why was I there? And I said, well, I'm just coming here for a walk. And then I told him about the girl who was being chased by the butterflies. And without hesitation, he took out his mobile phone, and for the next 20 or 30 minutes, he sat there showing me pictures of butterflies. Pictures and videos. And he was pointing there, this morning, yesterday morning, all the locations where the butterflies were. Shimeon wasn't a guy like me. He's a hard-working man, a laborer. Somebody who lived a man's life. And yet, no matter how hard his life got, he never forgot the beauty of a butterfly. And over the days that passed, I realized that Shimeon and I were very much alike. Because regardless of what had happened in our lives, we always remembered the beauty from the days of our youth. You see, on that day, I had gone to Hualien for a specific reason. All I wanted to do on my first birthday without my late wife was to sit on a beach and watch the red dawn rise over the Pacific Ocean. Because you see, 25 years before that, in 1998, my last birthday I ever celebrated in South Africa, I did exactly that. I'd driven down to the beach in Durban, sat on that sand in the cold winter morning, and I watched the red dawn rise over the Pacific, over the Indian Ocean. And I remember that morning so clearly, knowing that that would be the last day, or the last birthday I spent in South Africa, and dreaming about what was to come, the family that I was going to have, the children maybe that I would have, the travels, the journeys, and I sat there thinking about the future as I watched that sunrise of the Indian Ocean. Many of those dreams have come to pass. Many of the things that I thought would happen, happened. As you all know, I got married, but sadly my wife died. We didn't have children. We tried, but my wife had a miscarriage at 3 months. And so the life has not been that easy. But like Shimeon never ever forgot the beauty of a butterfly. For some reason in my heart, I'd never forgotten the beauty of the sun rising over the Indian Ocean. And so for me, And so for me, when I was standing there, when I was in that coffee shop with Simeon, I was reflecting on that. I was reflecting on how we all have something of beauty in our lives. Every single one of us. We can look back to our youth and we can find a time in our lives which we could point to and say, that was beautiful. And those are the things we hold on to. I don't know what is crushing your heart today. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's something. But I can promise you this one thing that I know from living a life, that life will come for you one day. That tragedy will strike. And maybe it will even tear your soul apart. But the one thing you can do is look back to your youth, to that thing of beauty, to look back to the sunrises and to the butterflies. And so I encourage you with all my heart, when pain hits you, when the hurt comes, to never ever forget the beauty of your butterfly. Toastmasters.